Oh, for fuck's sake. Hello, hello. We're here. Raquel is here. Everyone is here. You know? It's all happening. What is FFS? I never heard of that. Juan. It's all happening now. Conrad, welcome back. I'm hoping you had a better day with the old Clickia. Boy, tough start. We'll give it 30 seconds because I got to get on with it. You know? I'm looking forward to the old Alan. Looking forward. Crazy, wonderful day. Yeah. 10 seconds. How many do we have? $41's fine. One day. Wait, one day. Hey, recording started. It is April 22nd, 2019. You know, I got to tell you, let's sort that out. Is everyone else getting video? Yes. I got to tell you, I had a day. You know, first and foremost, you know, I got a haircut over the weekend that I absolutely hate. My head looks like a hot air balloon, and it pisses me off. And then I bought some new dress pants and got them altered. And one leg is considerably shorter than the other. And I took them anyways because everything else was in dry cleaning. And they stuck to my socks. I embarked on a new mission to be at the office before the markets open, which is 7:30 a.m. with that long-ass commute, and got a flat tire on the way. And I wore a bandage on my face for 72 straight hours, and the second I took it off, it pulled my lip open. Okay? This should not be the day. But it's amazing how a great day in the markets heals all the wounds. Because I'm in a great mood. I'm in a really great mood. Because of the work paid off. The effort paid off. No, I don't want this. Oh. It all happened at once. Clickia, P-Top, Tempest. Clickia, if you open your ears, you close your heart to opportunities. I don't do that. That's what's made me such a popular guy in the trading community at large. Mr. Popularity, actually, is what... Huh? Mr. Popularity. So let's look at some of the tickers. Let's talk about Strategy. First and foremost, a DD note for you. Tempest. Here was the shtick. Hearing large government contract Tempest. Right? Hearing large government contract for Tempest. The problem is with the large government contract that they're hearing is nowhere on it did it say Tempest. We saw TriStar Air LLC is awarded a $121 million contract in support of the Navy, Department of Defense, and military. Military contracts, as you know, if you've been around for a bit, is top three. Top three catalyst. Apple lawsuit, reverse merger number one. Apple lawsuit, military contracts close. And then you get into patents and all that type of stuff. And the best part about it wasn't just that we got a contract. It was a set number, $121 million. Now, I'd like an honest answer here because I'm interested as to, for those who did not buy it in the moment with me, what about this did look like something that you didn't want? Like I'm not busting balls here. I want to know because I want to make sure that we get the seriousness across versus the unseriousness, and really capture the gravity of the catalyst. So because to me, the thing that I didn't like about it was the price per share. Right? Didn't see the name of the company. Date of the news. They aren't getting paid for a long time from now. So let's see if we can Yes. So let's see if we can allay some of those fears using our skills. And by the way, completely warranted and fair ball. First and foremost, the news came out on April 18th, 2019. April 18th was a Thursday, though. Why didn't they buy it on Friday? Markets were closed. Why didn't they buy it on Thursday? News must have come out after the market closed. So for me, this chart told me that whatever visibility this got, it didn't even get preloaded, did it? Like whatever, it's not like someone saw that and was like, yo, okay, shut up. You see this, the market's open, get as much tempest as you can, and then we'll talk about it on Monday. Right? That did not occur at all. So from my perspective, I didn't need to get a timestamp on this piece of news. I felt it to be safe to say that it came out after hours on the 18th. Second of all, DD note tempest. Okay, excuse me. I didn't see, and I'm with you, I didn't see the company name here either. I didn't see the company name. So how do I do it? Here's how I did it. I set up a Boolean search like this. I needed TriStar Air, the exact terminology. Zoom that in. Oh, I can't. TriStar Air, the exact terminology, and the word tempest in a Boolean search. And I see maybe a mixture of words there, but it could be someone pumping. So I'll open it. Ah. And then I see here what looks to potentially be an official disclosure on Tempest. So let's go through them. These are the exact articles I went through. So right here, I see we're in a message board. And so I'm just going to Control F the word Tempest. And we see this from the 20th, but this, I don't see it in this article, right? This is the one we looked at. And I Control F the word Tempest. And I don't confirm it. So for this one, this person putting that there, even though it's on a military aviation message board, is still hearing. Right? Just because these people are writing Tempest doesn't mean it's Tempest. Next. I see this. Def Post, April 4th, 2018. Tempest. They've acquired 6 Lockheed TriStar aircraft, excuse me. But they've only acquired aircraft called TriStar. Now, if this is in fact the TriStar that we're thinking about, I will see that they issued them 6.7 million shares at a value of 0.52 per share. So when I saw that, I was automatically like, shoot, if this is the TriStar, even TriStar is baggy at my 0.39 entry. So at this point, even though I didn't have the full confirmation, it was starting to come together and I decided to take it. Finally, I came across an 8K. From Tempest, where it talked about their membership interest in TriStar Air LLC, the company's wholly owned subsidiary. TriStar Air LLC. So I was able to confirm it via a Boolean search and look at 3 links to ensure that this is, what is this? That this is in fact the Tempest that I hoped it was. And then I went back to double confirm the 8K. And found it here on otcmarkets.com, confirming in fact that this TriStar Air LLC is the TriStar Air LLC with the government contract. Along the way, I found out that it was of interest to enthusiasts of military airplanes. I found out that TriStar Air LLC that they acquired are baggy at my entry of 0.39. And I was able to finally confirm that TriStar Air LLC is in fact the one. Now here, but then it got better. Here. The note holder, who is in fact TriStar Air LLC, has a $6.2 million note. Convertible, April 28th, 2019. I'll get as excited as I need to, okay? So this is where it gets a bit scary because $6.2 million in convertible debt is a lot. A lot. Like that's not some baby ass note. That is a hell of a lot. That is how much? Dollar volume on this today? $1.29. So that's like practically 5 times the dollar volume on the day. And that's not including how many shares they got for the amount of convertible debt. Right? So we're looking at a monster note coming up. So the risk reward to me was TriStar's baggy. We got a monster convertible note coming up that for all we know could crush it to trips. But we have a company with an obligation to assist in providing the liquidity to get that note cleared in the coming week, plus government contract, which you must try. And it was a pretty easy decision for me. Will it continue? How long will you live? What's your price target? What's your life target? What's your life target? But to give you a sense of where people were interested today, 1.29 million on Tempest versus $856,000 on P-Top. 50,000 times the tweets, less dollar volume. It's certainly being diluted right now, but we have a float at the moment on Tempest of about 10 million. And I'm sure they added to it today, 10 million. And share-wise, we did 3 million. So 1/3. Practically 1/3 of the float was done today. Is Tempest a good buy for tomorrow? If you aren't in, you know you got to wait an hour. You know you do. Okay? HDVY was a lesson for us all on no matter how exciting that catalyst is. And that was some wild-ass catalyst. That was exciting shit. But no matter how exciting a catalyst get, if you smash something at open, that after a day like this, you're going to get a bad entry. You are. So, and time and again, 1 hour seems to be the magic number. P-top, not the best, but it's a practice. The note holder on Tempest is like Santiago or something, Santiago, but it has to do with the purchase of these aircraft from Lockheed Martin. So there's something big happening here, and that contract is sizable for OTC markets. Tempest has been known to disclose things to shareholders, even as of February. They're disclosing to shareholders. So there is a good chance they'll start disclosing to shareholders. It'd be nice to see quarterly reports and things, which really makes me doubt the actual longevity of this run, because they're not really making an effort to go current. They're just dropping 8Ks. So for me, being already in tomorrow, it's a 30 trade, no matter how much I believe in the catalyst. So there's a couple of things that I put into practice on Tempest today to allay my concerns as to whether or not we were hearing some bullshit, or in fact we were relatively early on a serious catalyst. Well, ideally they would, Niall, and they have 8K'd everything. They have 8K'd everything with regard to their progress in the past. They even 8K'd last year that they lost a contract. Right here. Last March, they 8K'd that they lost a big contract. So, I mean, I don't see why they wouldn't 8K this, but I mean, life is full of surprises, right? That's kind of what I'm betting on, but you never know. So that's that. That's how we would have dealt with the DD portion, the concerns portion. Boolean search plus chart action probably would have given you a bit of a hint towards those two major concerns. Whether or not they get the money right away, I mean, you know, who knows? but that's a hell of a number, and people, they like to calculate book value. So it's up to Tempest here in terms of Tempest's ability to move. I believe when I looked at it, it struggled with one buckaroonie in the past. Yes, it has. But then again, I mean, this is more volume than it's ever seen, ever, in my recent memory, after it got diluted down. So, we'll see. I mean, but they could be, but that dollar area, I mean, really that 84 is going to be a really, really key break for resistance, because that's where the top class baggies are, and then like wild baggies up here at $1. But that 84 break to me will be a critical thing. 84 break and hold. It might touch it in the morning, but that it would be a critical thing. Well, the note isn't payable for 6 days, so they may want to keep the pump alive between now and 6 days from now to ensure there's actual market liquidity to unload that note. But that is a huge convertible note. Huge. It'll be interesting to see play out, because some of the convertible debt we're used to on turds, like VB shit and stuff like that, we're talking 150 grand, not 6 million bucks. So it'll be interesting to play out. Now, how do I handle this? You traded on the 30, which is still something that I'm working at getting better at. It's a new frontier for me as well. How long will you live is all I can say. We don't know how they intend to unload it. Look at tickers that like GXXM, right? Or the 30, Kyle. Like things like that, or LIBE, right? Like they didn't wait to convert. They just destroyed it. Right? They just crushed it down to nothing. And then in other situations, the note holder will work it in like an HIPH, which is a heavily diluted ticker, but they let it run up and then work it down with dilution. So it really depends on how they want to play it. We don't know. But all I know is I do have control of my future by trading on the 30. Clickia. When I close my ears, I learn about good opportunities. When I close my ears, I open. My heart to opportunities. What the hell is going on here? It's certainly not aircraft maintenance shit. That's for darn sure. Or it would have run on the first day. But what I do know is those trip twos were darn good. Sat at trip two forever with nothing happening. So let's see what happens. And lo and behold, we're here 200% up. So congratulations. What's coming here? I don't know. Where do I take it now? I don't know. Where do I sell it? I wish I could tell you. I do. I mean, there's more volume than ever up here than there was here, practically. It's wild. So congratulations. Sometimes fortune favors the bold. IRNC is fucking agony. Honestly, like I was hoping for this to be a 30 trade, and I still feel like it's shaping up to be one. Really jumped the gun here. I got 41. I'm baggy on 41. So, if you think I'm happy about that, I'm sure not. Sure not. So we'll see. Lesson learned on a 30 alert on the morning gapper, maybe not the right thing. We're growing into a place where we can have swings and do that, and it takes some time. So my apologies, but I'm sharing the pain. I do feel as if the dollar volume is still there. Which one's front loaded, Alan? I do very much feel as if the dollar volume is still there. How's that front loaded? I mean, it's been doing $2 million a day for a week, right? So that doesn't really categorize as front loaded. Front loaded would be like it secretly got loaded up and then people alerted you to it. Right. I think I will too. I mean, the dollar volume is certainly there, but the dilution's heavy. People ask me before we move on. Oh, what was the other one? Oh, P-top. Yeah. I think people had a similar. The strategy was always the same on P-top. The strategy was always the same on P-top. Okay? This news today did not change the strategy because it was boring news that came out, right? Like they added a couple guys. The strategy was always the same. Tomorrow they're supposed to have patents. But where I'm from, and finally, I'm seeing some green grass. I'm seeing a couple buds on the trees. I'm getting a little bit of that hay fever because where I'm from, it's spring. I've always been here. And where I'm from, dreams don't come true in the OTC. So you know what I do? I size it down. If it happens, great. If the patents come through, excellent. If they don't, I've made a great trade. I've got freebies plus, and we'll see what happens. Think about all the meme dreams that people get let down on. Fuse going to the NASDAQ and then instantly doing an offering. CMGO book value. The list is endless. Andy, cell phone. Cell phone. Is that what that is? Cell phone? Cell phone. So we'll see what happens. I don't wait for something good to happen in the OTC. Because it doesn't. If something good happens, it would be outside of the norm. Day turns to night. That's the norm. OTC tickers letting people down, that's the norm. Day turning to day, that's out of the norm, but I'm betting on night. T-Trade on IRNC, a monster. We're going to clear all the misconceptions out, and then I need to see what's going on. We need to clear all the misconceptions away. Clear the fog. Imagine this. You're working at the hot dog stand and you're selling the hot dogs for $1 a piece. I get $1, you get a hot dog. Let's say each buy and sell on this bid and ask on level 2 is a transaction of a hot dog. But at the end of the day, $6 are in the till that I didn't expect. Now, I can't just conduct an investigation and find out where those $6 came from. So I'm going to print up an additional receipt for 6 hot dogs and put it into the ledger. A T trade is all of the shares that were dumped by dilutive market makers into the float today in one receipt at the end of the day, because none of these buys and sells showed up on the bid and ask. They were ghost bid whacks. CFGN just whacked a bid, or whoever, Paul, whacked a bid to the tune of 6.3 million shares. The float on IRNC grew at least 6.3 million shares today. Why is the price green? Because the average price per share of where they were whacking bids outside of the typical retail bid and ask, the average that all those shares came out to was 0.0347, right? So they... Can I see something right now? So they were whacking up here, they were whacking up here, they were whacking up here, down here, and the aggregate of all that dumping, 6.4 million diluted shares, was aggregate price was 0.0347. That's what this T trade means. It's not that a monster came up. The Saudi prince arrived on the tarmac and he called the MMs and invited them to sell him 6.3 million shares at a set fair price. Saudi prince didn't do that. That's what the T trade is. That's what that means. Does this help? Because there is still some confusion on that. Good. That's dilution there. And it's not good. That doesn't please me. The price stays the same. That's just the aggregate price of what they were all converted at. On TOS and stuff like that, it'll show you that that's the close price. Yes, there he is. It's a name from the past. No, it won't show that. The price, the close price is 0.03174. This is just a remnant of the dumping. Okie doke. Anything else on any of these before we move on? I am open. Briefly, I'm open to interactivity. It will be a small window of interactivity. It's closing quickly. So if there's something on your mind, by all means, while we put together this list, let's talk about it. No, I don't like that. No, there've been many. IRNC's been diluting. I don't. The thing about it though is like, because I think a lot of us instantly go, dilution. Oh my God, they're diluting it. It's done. It's over. Most of them are diluting all the time. Simul diluted every step of the way. Every single moment of every moment it was trading, double moment, has been diluted. HIPH big run, heavily diluted. You know, Cali was bullshit. It was 100% walls and dilution all the way. Look at it, all the way up. So I mean, the thing is, like, you can't focus on this. As tough as it is, you can't focus on the dilution. You can only focus on the chart. And you know, because if the buying power is overcoming the dilution, then you know what difference does it make? It's just diluted now, but it's overcoming it, and the only concern would be is if you're trying to be long, which you know, first of all, gross. Uh, Super gross, and second of all, you traded on the 30. It's up to a lot of things, and this is a good question, and this will be the last. If I put in my bid first, do I get my shares bought first, or who is it up to? Is it the MMs? There's a lot of factors. There's when you got the order in, but there's also the amount of size you've got, which is, I mean, again, gross. The amount of size you've got. So like if you only want 5,000 shares or something, and there's someone else bidding for 50,000, and that order for 50,000 can satisfy two sells in one shot, that is more efficient to a market maker than would be filling that tiny ass order and then routing to the person with more size, right? That's inefficient. So generally, size takes precedent, gross, and then also timing, and you know, so there's a bunch of factors in there, and you can't really. I mean, there's no formula for it necessarily, and which is why it's not something that I choose to think about overly. I hope that's helped. Tempest warrants is just the warrants to buy Tempest. It's a whole thing. I can go through that another time. But Tempest warrants is in a liquid bag right now. Will it run? Sure, but it's very much a lotto, very much a lottery, because it's a lotto that I would consider, but to the tune of a couple $100 maybe, because you could be left with no bid support and having to dump it for half a 50% loss when the music stops. So I certainly don't have to there. Okie doke. Great interactivity, right? Very positive. All right. Bag. 13,000, nothing to sneeze at though. That's hard work. That's maybe too hard. 1.3 million bucks. Lovely. T-log, what is that? I'll look at it. Chrome. Wow. What a run. I'm glad that a lot of DNRG, I'll look at it. I'm glad that a lot of the people here did well on it. I very much wish that I traded it, but I'm so pleased I'm so pleased that people here succeeded. That's my job, is to see what's happening out there and see if I can boil down this big old stew of shit into a couple crystallized shit nuggets. You know, P-top 840 Gs. Will they provide us with patents tomorrow? DTRM, we looked at it. Nice move too. Shit. Herb, bro. Do you smoke herb? The hell? SMPW, I'm afraid I have to put it on watch, as painful as it is. And it is a very ugly pump and dump. Multiple times over, reverse split a fender. But if that's not looking like an IRNC situation, I don't know what is. So I'm going to have to put it on watch. And I don't like that. GSTX, I don't care for it. I never did. Raker, It was a nice trade for those who grabbed it down low. Q stock, I don't have to. Whew. No. Maybe. I'll look at it. Odor, I don't have to. UCSO, I certainly will take a peek. INNV. Flutacare, toot toot, 37% on the day. Not bad, right? 38%, not bad. Not bad from Friday. ETFM, Grover, get out of here, pal. Honestly, like your news sucks. It's all walls. It's 100% baggies. You're obviously selling because every time it moves a little bit, it's a wall. You know, Grover, you gotta get your shit together. ETFM, pass. Bag. No. I'll look at it. Sycamore Entertainment Group. Do you like 4? Sycamore. They're making a movie. I don't care for that. Lease 21. let's just I need to turn down the volume right now. That's what I need to do. MVEZ, the movie studio, is Bagolini. OMSH, a little bit of action there. Tough work. TNPH, this is the one that had news over the weekend. We'll look at the news and see why I wasn't interested in that. Cambiola is a bag. I don't care where you're from, and I'm from here. I am MPQ bag. Star Resorts Development, it's kind of hanging around. This is Chinese merger. It's really just agony to trade, and I don't have to. T-Glow, one of the biggest reverse mergers all time. Getting into a buy zone that I appreciate, but we're going to need, honestly, like if you want to try and play the chart on this, that's fine. But I'm going to need them to come up with something here because right now this is dead ass money to me. And if you're interested in the ins and outs of that merger, then you can drop me a line because it was very special. At the time, Basil, like, God bless. Ugh. Merger IMO. Chain of control. That's what that was, and that's not moving at all. Bag. We can do all that later. ARYC, Bagolini. Because, yeah, the interactivity ended, Ian, unfortunately. So we can do that in the Discord if you like. Bag. If I'm saying bag the things you're saying, hey, I don't know if that's a bag, just take my word for it. And then if you'd like clarity in the Discord, that's fine. I'm happy to do it. But, you know, Simmel, 30. Hard work. A bag. Falk, $17, but it's up. Hemp, bag. No, I mean it's interactivity comes and goes, Ian, and it's not I mean it's a bit of a I do move the goalposts quite a bit, and that's on me. No, I can't do that, Dave. But it's good of you to be honest about about that. No, I appreciate the honesty. Bag. This thing is painful. Like if you like, it does move. UCPA, and it's a legitimate company. They've got a marketing firm in that Nordic situation there with like Sweden and shit. And they're profitable and there's no dilution, but it's very heavy. So you just got to really trade that at patient trading on the 30. I'm just going through fast now. No. Back. Back. Shit. TMXM, we got to watch it down here. Sunshine Biopharma back. I think this is post-reverse split in dubs now. So Sunshine Biopharma we got to put on watch. We tried it the other day, if you recall, and I got destroyed on it, which didn't make me particularly happy, believe it or not. Believe it or not. TGRR bang. Ask Crete. Putting it on watch. For too low down here. LDSI, I don't have to. I don't have to, Medtainer. HDVY, I'm sorry. They didn't come through. ONSS, Israeli Richard Branson play. Digital Town. I mean, when is it going to bounce? I don't know. They are ruthless. Ruthless. Uncle. I don't have to. Mistaken identity ticker. DSGTD, also known as golf cart play / real company. Iconic brands back. Bag. Fuck me. This never gets better, by the way. If you think that you're going to go through this and see good things, you're in the wrong place. Back. What's this? What is that? See that? Back. Me too. That's enough. T-log, I don't know what this is. Steps end to end. Here we go. SC13G amended, which is not an SC13G. It's an amended form. SC13G is an ownership filing. David C. Robbins. It's amended because the SEC keeps sending it back to him and saying, do it right. It's not correct. Get it right. It has nothing to do with ownership, and you can see right here, February 15th, 2019 is when the transaction occurred. Why is this amended here? Oh, right, it needed to be amended on the 15th. So we just use the steps as they may. Delaware. T-log, this one's on the house. I'm interested to find out. I would like to know. Oh fuck! There's no ink in it. Why would I need ink in a pen? You know, who needs it? T-log. I'll look at the SOS tonight. Tadachrome. Still no catalyst other than hearing. Great run. Hopefully we're all doing well on it. We'll have to wait and see what we got a cross here on the 30. Might be worth waiting. If I was to look for an entry here, I would probably run a ratio 37 to 29, which seems pretty tight. I'm going to have to wait here. I don't want to chase this right now. What a great trade. Excellent. But if I'm not in already, I don't have to. DNRG, de minimis energy. No filings. No news. Nevada. bag. 2 years now, defunct with the SOS. Whoever asked me about that today, that took me 4 seconds. TNN. Too thin down here, too low down here. Why is it running? I have no... Oh. My apologies, I had news come up. And out an equity investment. See, I didn't pay a ton of attention to it. My apologies, because I can't buy TNN. Cheer North is pleased to announce earnings, and they've given you price target of 0.02. And even with dilution of price target of 0.01, they've given you price target. This could be a nice trade moving forward. And dare I say, it's breaking out of the channel on lower volume. $36 break TNN makes it bag free. $36 break TNN, I'm a buyer if I could buy it. Congrats to y'all. I don't care for DTRM, so I'm going to just shut her down. Yeah, you guys killed it. I mean, you really did. And it's one, like, I mean, I literally cannot buy it where I'm from. So, Herb, I don't know what's going on. Let's check it out. California. Herb is suspended, and it is the last document that came out 2016, Herb bag. SMPW, okie doke. I don't like this. Okay, I don't love too low down here plays. I don't. And this thing has been ugly for a bit. Real ugly. Reverse split offender. But this time we got a lot more price action out of equivalent volume. It's still diluted for sure, but I am interested in trying SNPW. And this level, to me, anything in the mid 5 area is worth it. If I can get lower grade, it's worth a shot to me. There's a lot of action on it today, so I'm going to wait an hour tomorrow. Because there's no reason, unless they come up with big-ass news tomorrow, that it should just continue on. Because it was getting pumped today. So I would wait an hour on this, but I am interested in SNPW moving forward. Very much. GTI, I don't like this, I don't think. No, this is bullshit. They're acquiring a multi-million-dollar real estate portfolio in all caps. Oh, jeez. With off-brand news, not official OTC markets disclosure. They say it's worth $450 million, huh? I'll watch it. This has been known to be a bag, and I believe it will continue to be. And I'm just gonna take it off the table, as I don't have to. So boom, there it is. LNGT, this is interesting. I haven't seen this ticker for a long time. A long time. The setup is great. Is this still the share structure? We're about to find out. LNGT is in Oklahoma. LNGT is on the house. From me, the bad man. Oh, was it now? I'll look at it. It's looking baggy to me, but what do I know? UCSO United Consortium. This is one that was reinstated recently, relatively recently. April 11th, okay. Yeah, annual list here, March, after being defunct. So it wasn't a pure reinstatement, but there was a year gap there, so they went into default. We got Scott Gallagher, which, come on. Well, we need Scott Gallagher. But the thing about Scott Gallagher is, there's no filings here. There's nothing new since last year. And then now it's getting to that point, because this one's been bothering me for a bit. Now it's getting to that point that, let's say something happened on this. Like, let's say some filings or news came out on United Consortium. Okay? I don't want to. I don't want to buy them off the ask after they got, you know what I'm saying? So, like, for me, it's moving. I don't care. I don't have to. Flutacare. Toot toot. Nice move. SDVI is pink current, and I'll tell you what, it is ugly. Real ugly. And if you like 3.64 billion on the float confirmed and hemp from a company called Signature Devices, then this is the ticker for you. You found it. I don't like that. So I didn't find the ticker that I wanted. Segi, let me tell you something. Segi has a Twitter account where they tell you that they're making movies all the time. That's what they're telling you. And they're telling you any day now is the day that they're going to get the movie. Nobody's falling for it anymore. They're done with the movie. There's no movie. It's not happening. If someone says Segi to you, you tell them, I don't have to. It's going to pop up in your sphere. Here's a huh? Movie ammo. No. Parallax is not as heavy as you think. They released a report. They recorded a net income of 16.3 million. But the question is that better than what they've done before? How can I quickly check if Parallax is breaking the mold? Is Parallax breaking the mold? No. Parallax is looking baggy to me. Omni Shrimp, we talked about it, potentially too low down here. We know there's a pending merger. We know there's a lot happening. We know it's thinly traded. At 9.7 million on the float of the penny, but it's full of bags at the moment, and they're not curating the ticker. Some OMSH news around this level, 0.01. You can call me Shrimp Daddy P. Lieutenant Dan. If you have the guts to load dubs, you may be very satisfied in the future. But I'm going to wait and see, because this has been really hard work. I've got legs. They're just not the longest. TMPH, they released news. I didn't like it, if you recall. because it was too broad. They're going to get into health and wellness, education, food and agriculture, and sustainable technology, as well as sustainable consumption and financing solutions. And in China and in America, get out of here. Okay, like I need bag holders. I need bag holders to take off their cap and hang it on the TNPH rack. They need to pick something to hang a hat on. That's what bag holders do. I need them. This is too broad. Simon, no good. Patriot Scientific, listen, they hired a new CEO, and he's a lawyer, and they've got pending lawsuits, and it's just kind of hanging out. It moves, and then it doesn't move, and then it moves, and it doesn't move, but you know what? It's kind of... It's kind of getting locked up, but it is a very painful trade, and it's one that I currently do not have the patience for. Simulatus, Will, nice shout out on the 30. 30 cross fire. And now we've got a signal line crossing too. Could there be one more in the can for Simulatus? Break 6. And I'm a believer. And that's part of the reason that I didn't add it to 30 trades, which have been excellent, by the way. 30 trades alerts. Is because I am concerned about the sustained interest. We're having fun. So we'll see. Geth, still very much too low down here. I really think so. Geth wants it. When? Probably pretty soon. It's not really breaking free yet. Like the last time it crossed on the 30, it did 17 and shit the bed, but it did not do so with this type of volume. Right? This is a load job where I'm from. This is the most action it's seen since April. Yeah, the 30's a work in progress. Certainly not a smashing success. And TMXN, also known as Soap Walmart Pump, Soap Walmart / Costco Soap Pump, 214 million as of April 8th. Now that's too low down here. Taiwan Ninja, it's your happy day. And TMXN, after it got dumped out, someone picked up the gauntlet. 2 weeks later. Some 13s, 14s, TMXN. There is where they noted on the 8th the 214 million share float. There has not been a lot of volume since then. Do they have one more Costco soap pump in it? That's a good setup. You want to be too low down here? Let's be too low down here. Too low. Just in December, they pumped Walmart. Except back then, it was at dub 5. Yep. Gooder. Sunshine Biopharma is agony. It had a reverse split, and it's already getting dumped out. It's still only 89 million at dub 96. I'm not excited about this right now. I would either wait for this to come way down or announce a reverse merger. I'm not keen on it. Ask, also known as Ask Gray. Ask Gray, Julie. 62 million on the OS, but 11 million on the float, February 5th. They announced uplisting on March. And they joined a podcast, a pumping podcast. I know. It's tough. It's looking pretty good on the daily, first of all. And now we're above the 32. It's looking good. I don't know what to do here. Honestly, I mean, it could continue to get dumped out. Yeah, well, it had a reverse split, Dave. But it's creating a higher lows. And more regular type volume. There could be a very good trade in this. I'm going to watch it. If I could see it hit dub 7s, I'll take it. But it's just, there's not a lot of liquidity there where I'm from. And then when I see this, I trust them. I do. And I'll run the steps on it right now. Believe it or not, this is a question. What is your life worth? What is your time worth? And mine is worth more than this. Mine is worth so much more than a year of heavy volume at this range. GCGX, and if you want it, it's moving, Pat. Look. $52,000 where I'm from, right down the drain. I don't have to. That's it. So I hope this was helpful. I hope this was a nice broad kind of, not broad, more fine picture of everything that's gone on. We're having fun. We're having fun with tickers. We're having fun putting in the effort and reaping the rewards. And we're having fun being independent. It's a lovely thing. Let's jump into the Discord. We'll have a conversation and we'll go from there. See ya.